Hey YouTube, Ace Painter once again. What we're going to do today is play around with a Dr. Rex drum loop, and what we're going to try and do is get some very quick glitch drums. Now I know it does come with some glitch patches, and that's fine, but the rhythms there aren't they're not as mangled as we're going for today. What we want to do is really mangle a beat, okay? And we're going to play around with this one. For my first selection, I'm going to choose one that doesn't have too many slices. This one's got 17 slices. That's plenty. That's all we need. Okay. And what I'm going to do, let's take a big loop here. Maybe I'll look at 37, and we're going to hit 2-track. Now what that does is in my sequencer, I end up with, I guess, 9 of these bars. I should have done my math. That's what I need. I need 8 bars. And what we're going to do, that is 7? I can't count. Sorry. We're going to take these bars and we're going to go to change events by right clicking. Okay. And what we're going to do at this point is scale the tempo way up. I'm going to hit it twice. So now we've got quadruple the tempo. Let's listen to it. It should sound pretty chaotic and noisy. Alright, that's fine. Now, a couple of things you might have seen in the change events function. We have this button for apply or for alter notes. That's a good one. Each time you press it, it's going to randomize your notes to some degree. Now, if we look at it, it doesn't really look like there's any kind of rhyme or pattern to them at all. Now, if you want to go one step further, this is what we're going to do. Just go ahead and change the patch. And what we're doing, you want to try and find a patch that has at least as many slices as our first one. That's not too good. So, to illustrate what's happening here, since we sent the track data from our first Rex sample and then mangled it, these notes will persist regardless of which patch we choose. Okay? That's why these notes don't change. Nothing actually happens when we change the patch other than it puts different drum samples in the places of other drum samples. So with this, it's very simple to kind of choose from some really mangled sounding beats. And that was a very easy way to do it. It didn't take very long. If you want to go crazy, play around with some of these random LFO settings. And that will put a very unpredictable oscillator pitch shift into place. And the rest of it's up to you. You can automate however you want it to, or for the type of randomization that you're going for, you might want to try this. Let me quiet this thing down. God, that's noisy. So let's do this. We're gonna make a curve, and we're just going to, I don't know, let's draw some shape that that's fine. Some strange slope. All right, we're going to take this curve and we're going to send it to, I don't know, how about the filter cutoff? Or no, let's use resonance. Good. All right. Now the trick that I wanted to illustrate here was to take your step setting and give it an offset. Choose something that's not going to line up. 31, 27, some odd number will do you just fine. It's going to repeat itself, but it's rarely going to end up in the same spot twice. And especially if you're not actually playing the track, but if you're just like previewing, you'll hear that it'll rarely ever encounter the same position twice. So that's just a quick way to really mangle yourself up if you need like a fill or a drum solo. If you're doing a kind of D&B type track, these type of effects are seen pretty often, and you'll get better results if you go along afterward and maybe line up like every fourth or eighth note to be a certain sample. But how you implement this is entirely up to you. This is just a starting point.